Hey guys, Mix here, and today in this video we're back working on our Baja 90, and today we're officially going to be trying to get it running. I know last video I said that we're going to try, but I switched over to the RM. But today we are 100% going to go give it our all and try investigate why this thing is not running. So as you guys know, if I turn the key and try and start it, it just beeps. And this could be a couple things. It could be the solenoid, which this noise is coming from. It could be the starter. Or it could be because if you guys watched the build series with my other mini quad, the Yamaha Moto 4 YFM80, you guys know that it was clicking because the engine was stuck. So that could totally be an option, and we're just gonna have to investigate that. So today, what I'm gonna do is take off the starter and see if the starter is spinning over. If not, then it's an electrical problem. And then plus, while the starter's off, I'm gonna check to see if this engine even turns over. So hopefully we can diagnose a problem today and be able to get this thing running, because I really feel like just romping on a quad and practice wheelies and just have a good time on them. So we're gonna get down to business and try and figure this thing out. So first, I'm gonna start off with taking off the starter, because I tried tripping the solenoid and it wasn't even sparking, so solenoid could just be dead. But I might as well check the starter. Simple, and it could help us diagnose the problem. But it's right under here, and it is really rusted. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could tell. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that thing is rusted. So I'm just gonna take off the two 8mm bolts, I think, then the couple Phillips head that it has, and then we'll take that thing off and see if it spins. Now let's finish taking off the starter. So I just disconnected the wire from the other side, this one right here. So now the starter should pull out. Alright guys, so alright, oh yeah, okay, so it looks like that the starter is actually, as you can see, chain driven. Well, the starter hooks up to a chain, so that's definitely something that's new to me, and I've never seen that before. And I can hook up the wires to this, see if this will spin. Then if it does, then the engine could be locked. So first, what I'm going to do is test the starter. So I'm just going to hook up the wires back up to it and see if this part will spin. All right, so I have the wires back on it. This one's just barely on, so that could affect it. But I'm going to turn the key and see what happens. Alright, so I just adjusted that wire just because it was, bad connection, and it does spin. Not that fast because the battery's been sitting for a little while and it's cold out and the battery's, pretty drained, but that's spinning, which could only mean one thing, that the engine could be locked up. So I'm going to take out the spark plug and see if I can turn the engine by hand. Right now I'm just taking out the spark plug just to see how that is. Holy, that is an extremely black spark plug. See if that can focus. Okay, well, it doesn't want to focus, but you could just tell how burnt up the spark plug is. So I can't really tell if the engine's locked up just by, trying to tug on the chain hard. So I'm just going to take off the side flywheel cover, turn the flywheel, and if it turns, I can hook back up the chain from this side, I believe, which would be way easier than trying to cram around on the other side. So we're just going to take off the surrounding bolts, pull this off, and see what we got. Nice. The engine's not stuck. That is awesome. Just make sure that everything's working. Yep, there's the piston moving. I put a screwdriver in the spark plug hole, just felt it, and everything's moving. It's all good. So that is awesome. So now I'm just gonna hook up the starter from right over here and see if we can get this thing turning over. All right, so I have the wires hooked up to the starter. So now I'm just gonna see if this thing can actually start and crank over with the starter on. All right, so it goes for a little bit and then stops. So it's like the wire is jumping. There might be a tooth or something messed up. So I'm gonna have to check out what's wrong with the chain. There could be an alignment issue. There could be a tooth broken off. So I'll catch you guys back once we find something wrong. As I was just having a problem with the chain popping off, but I just fixed it. Now, oh, key. Now guys, there we go. So I'm gonna finish bolting up the starter. Then I'm gonna put in the spark plug. First, I'm gonna check for spark, then put in the spark plug. It's probably gonna need a carb clean, but I'm just gonna try some starter fluid and pour some gas down there and see what happens. And I think I'm gonna leave the side cover off for the flywheel just in case the chain skips again, because it had to skip for a reason in the first place. So I'm gonna keep that off just for safety. And then I probably need to charge up the battery a little bit, and then we should be good to see if this thing will fire up. So I just realized what I just said made no sense. I need the side cover on for spark, cause well, duh. So I am gonna put that on. I mean, I tested a couple more times and the chain looking mint, so we should be pretty good to go. And if it does come off, then we'll just take off the side cover again. But I just finished bolting up the starter, so now I'm just gonna throw back on the side cover, charge up the battery a little bit, and see if this thing will fire. So now that we have the side cover on, now we can test for spark. So turn on the key, kill switch. So now it's starting to click again, so looks like I'm gonna take up the side cover again and see what's going on. Or the battery could just be a long voltage, but I'm just gonna take that off and see what is happening again. So I just took off the side cover once again, and the chain, everything looks good, so it's probably just low on voltage, so I'm gonna hook it up to the battery charger quick, because the sun is starting to set, and I want this thing running tonight, because it is supposed to rain tomorrow like crazy, so I want this thing to be running and driving, well, at least running. So I'm gonna go push it over to the battery charger really quick and see what happens. So I've had the battery plugged in for about 20 seconds and it says it's fully charged, and I'm trusting it. And I tried before and it cranked over a little bit and then started doing the clicking again. So now it could be the solenoid or something electrical, because it's definitely not the starter, because everything on this is fine. So I'm just gonna keep trying a couple more things, maybe try and put a screwdriver between the solenoid now that we know that the engine will turn over, and maybe it'll turn over again. So guys, I've been messing around with all the electrical on this dang quad, and now of course right when we get the engine turning over and hooked up to the starter, now there decides to be some type of mystery electrical problem. So now it's seeming like the starter solenoid, because I can't even trip it, but it's just so weird how it was just turning over fine, and all of a sudden nothing. So I'm gonna keep trying, but if I don't have success, I'm gonna catch you guys a different day. But if I do, I'm gonna catch you guys in hopefully a little bit. So we're back, and as you can see, it is the same day. It is getting dark. I feel like updating you guys. So as you guys saw, it read green. It read that it was fully charged, but I think the battery charger was lying to me, because I just re-hooked it up, and before I had it on a medium charge, but now I lowered it to trickle charge, and sometimes it kind of is a little sketchy, not sketchy, but like wrong on medium charge. So I put it down to trickle, and it's usually always accurate on there for some reason. And now this thing has been charging for like an hour. It's still on red, so this battery could have just been extremely dead and not, you know, having enough voltage to trigger the starter. So I'm hoping that that was the problem. So I just bolted back down the side cover, and then hopefully once this thing's fully charged, the engine will crank over. We were back here the next day with the quad, and I've been working on this quad since for like probably about 6 hours now, trying to figure out why this thing won't turn over anymore. I don't get it. It was turning over perfectly. Of course, right when we start to get ready and try and get this thing running, you know, test the spark, it just stops. So I tried a couple things. So what I tried is hooking up a new starter solenoid, but if you guys listen in, turn the key, it just like beeps and stuff. This one's a little bit different of a pitch. So that, you know, it's just making me wonder if maybe the starter burnt out or something. So what I'm gonna do again is take off the starter and the side cover, and probably just take off that other starter solenoid, because I kind of rigged it up, but it works. I rigged it up because this starter solenoid isn't like a usual one. Usually you have this plastic, which I broke off of the other one that's on it right now, and it has like the two sides on it, and it just like plugs in. But this has two wires, which I really have never seen. So I rigged up that one. It functions because you can hear getting electricity, but it just doesn't work. So I think I'm gonna hook this back up because neither of them work. Take off the starter, take off the side cover, see if we can get the starter spinning again while it was off like earlier. And I'm not gonna bother recording that because you guys already saw that, and it's probably just boring for me to record what I just did yesterday. So hopefully I could get that thing spinning again, or maybe just diagnose that maybe the starter and solenoid are just bad. Then I could just order new parts. But anyway guys, we'll just see what happens. Starter is off, and I just you know, did the same thing that I did before to make sure, you know, that the starter's spinning. So, but now, no luck. So I think there's definitely just an electrical problem that I just cannot save. So it's got to be the solenoid or the battery or the starter. I mean, I'm not sure which one. So I'm thinking it's got to be the solenoid, because that's the one making all the problems. That's the one that's like shorting out. Yeah, like it's like sometimes, like yes, see, sometimes it doesn't even make the noise. So it's got to be the solenoid that just burnt out or something. I don't think it's the starter, because it was spinning pretty fine when it was spinning. I'm definitely gonna just try and find a solenoid that matches this one, and hopefully that could get here quick. But anyway guys, I'm gonna be ending today's video here. So I'm gonna be ordering parts for the quad. Next video will be with the RM125. I just had the parts and tools come in today at the same time, so that is awesome. So we could get working on that engine and get that finished up by hopefully next week. Comment down below if you guys think it's either the starter or the solenoid, or maybe something else, or just could be both. Just comment down below what you guys think. But anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends about the channel. Thanks for watching.